Okay, how you doing, everybody? And Golden, how you doing, darling? Uh, let's see. Oh, by the way, I got reminded of something. I apologize. I've kind of been feeling under the weather here a little bit lately. Plus, I had to deal with something else yesterday, and that's what I'm going to tell you about today. However, I got reminded of something a little while ago. Golden, I had given you one of my not so intelligent trivia questions on my TV show Friends. I like to watch that show, so anytime I get the chance, I just pull one of these on people unexpectedly if they haven't watched the show. And I forgot about it. I think it was a couple episodes back. I gave you one a couple episodes before then, but I think it was which four of the six ended up together in couples. And I kind of had an intuition that you even knew that one. And that, just so you know, was, I believe it was two of them were Ross and Rachel. The other two were Monica and Chandler. I think everybody knows that already. So just to get that out of the way. And like I said yesterday, I kind of wasn't feeling too well, but the main reason, and I'm still not kind of actually, but the main reason is I was dealing with something else, which ironically a lot of the tarot card readers were correct about, so I want to give them their props if I may do that. They usually call them DMs, or the divine males, I believe. I just think of myself as somebody. But what they were right about was, I believe one of the comments everybody kept mentioning was, watch your money. People, if you recall me, and I'm going to make this one short here because, like I said, I'm still kind of under the weather here. If you recall me talking about these blocking teams that are watching the people who know about their estates or who have claimed them, like myself, it is you have two sides. This is where they split you at birth. You have your state of being, and then your enterprise state. So the state of being is your private, personal side. Your E state or enterprise state, that's your business side, which you're supposed to be using and nobody else. And you even have a way to use your private side. And what they have done is stolen these Franks, Nazis, or whomever have stolen the use of your business side. Just like, for example, and the selective service list, selective servicing, think about that, people. You can go into a car dealership. I'll just tell you two quick things, but they're big. And go to the fleet manager. If you're not part of the selective service list that we think of as military, that's not the case with them. They call a selective service list as if you're one of them, one of the AI, American imposters, or one of those I just said here a few seconds back. If you go to the fleet, you have to look up fleet, because it's not what it means to them and there when they go. If one of the selective service, if they're on the list, meaning one of them, they go to the fleet manager, he fixes them up with one approval, and it's not the bank, with a brand new car, and that is our privilege, people. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Okay? That is our privilege, not theirs. That's one of the uses of the American sovereign people's business and enterprise state or e-state privileges. We're supposed to be able to just go to the car dealership, you can see the fleet manager, and they can take your social security number or your business EIN number or your estate number. I have all three. And they put it on there and they settle it. They offset it, and away you go with a new car of your choice. Now, if you can remember as far back as Nixon and Watergate, which is what started all this giving the privileges, at least the appearance of it, to all their minions who are their paramilitary minions, associates, and all of their civilian soldiers, as a particular supposed president was mentioning not too long ago when he was supposedly in office. Anyway, and I'm not talking about Biden. But the way that works is, this works into the gold standard, and that tugged on the strings of something called cash impounding. People, you and I, the American sovereign people, are owed a lot, and I mean a lot, of, most people will say money, but I use the word capital, because that's exactly what we're owed. We've been held back from using our capital, and that is just basically your signature or your autograph. They try to make it sound, oh, we don't know about that, we never heard of that, but they do it. All right, and I'm talking about these idiots that act like they're Americans, and they're not. They're just trying to take over the country, quote unquote, without firing a single shot, right? But if you go back to cash impounding, you then come up with something called an escrow company. Well, people, an escrow company is also known as a cash impounding company. So how do all these Franks and Nazis end up on the, they end up on the selective service list? Well, if you're on there, they're like the fleet manager at a car dealership. They won't say anything, but if one of the selective service idiots walk in there, people, they choose their house, they take it to them, they do the paperwork processing. That's our privilege. And that's it. They don't even have to make, not the monthly payments, they don't have to even worry about making the payments on paper or as an offset or even in the computer. The escrow company sets all that up from first day to last like a trust. And people, that is our privilege, not anybody else's. And that, think about it. A house and a car are basic living necessities. It is our privileges, and only part of the privileges that has been hidden or kept from us, secretly kept from ourselves. And it is not supposed to be that way. I have a good feeling that that's going to be changing in a very, very, very near future here. So anyhow, I know that might have been a little short, but hopefully it was effective. Golden Darling, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I had to fight this. This is basically what happened. These idiots are being cut off. They're parasites, okay? The blocking teams they're also parasites. It means they feed off of yourself. If you have been designated as their target, they will feed off of you, meaning steal your identity, make up false identities from that identity, and they will use your credit as you know it, and then your credit as you don't know it, because there is something called a split dollar arrangement. I've already mentioned that. Every time you go to the store and buy something, it's supposed to be credited for you first, ourselves being American sovereign people, that is our privilege, another one of our privileges. It is supposed to be credited first, then debited, so it offsets. Okay, so their little credit side of the split dollar arrangement, if I didn't bring it up the other day, people, there is no national debt, because if you think about it, the accounting ledger has two sides. It has a debit and it has a credit. And they're just reporting, because everything's automatically set off for ourselves. So they're only telling you about the national debt or debit. They just don't mention the national credit, and they steal it. You see how that works? It's kind of like being a king or queen, prince or princess, and they just highlight one family, when in reality all families are kings and queens and princes and princesses. Okay, that's how that works. All right, so what these idiots did is they're starting to lose all of those credits. They've been caught doing it. So now they're going into directly into their bank accounts or their direct express cards or whatever they might get, either from a certain trust or from one of their bank accounts or from Social Security or whatever, disability, and they're going in and just stealing it directly and putting it, now get this now, putting it under a Google charge. I don't know of anybody who has big time shopping charges for Google. So anyway, they gave their money trail away on that one, and that's what I was dealing with all of yesterday and some of it today. So anyhow, everybody, I'm so sorry. Golden Darling, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I'm getting this one up here, and I hope it contains some good information for everybody. I hope everybody will take care of themselves. God bless you. And Golden, please take care of yourself, darling. I just, even with everybody, I call her my earth mama, but I have a whole lot of my mother in me, just constantly worrying about everybody else. So anyway, please take care of yourselves. I love everybody so much, and that means everybody. Please take care, please stay safe, and I will talk to you hopefully very shortly here. Okay? Please take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.